Okay, so welcome back. This is part three, the final part of Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. And I just want to do a quick overview here of what we've done so far. So if you look at what's on the score here, I kind of marked it with this green bracket. I sort of think of those first two lines as the A section of this piece, right? So you have the main melody, it repeats with that little first and second ending. Have yourself a merry little Christmas, right? Let your heart be light. From now on, your troubles will be out of sight. And then it repeats with the second ending. So then we have kind of a new section, and this was the hardest part of the song, honestly, is what I did in the last video. Starting here where you can see the little double bar I've highlighted for you on the F major 7 chord. That double bar always indicates like a new part to the song. So you can kind of think of that as the B section. It goes all the way down to the next double bar. And if in fact, if you look at the end of the song, you'll see a double bar, but it's bolded, and that's how you know it's the end of the song too. But see, my other green bracket here is also green because I'm trying to show you that that's actually a repeat. So there's not a C section to this song. It's just another version of the beginning of the song, the A section. So you actually have the same chords happening there. Through the years, we all will be together if the fates allow. And then it starts the melody the same way. Hang a shining. And then it goes somewhere new. So now we have some new chords, and these are kind of, whoops, these are kind of difficult chords again, very similar to what we were doing in the previous section. And even on the last line here, we got a few interesting chords happening. So we're just going to focus on that with this video. Hang a shining star upon the highest bough, or bow. So B minor 7, flat 5, and this is harkening back to the F sharp minor 7, flat 5 that we did up on Faithful Friends. So you might remember how we built that just sort of left to right. Start with the B, a B chord is this curve. We're going to make it minor. And I'm bringing in my left hand because when I make the 7, the B is in the left hand. The 7 is going to be my thumb moving down a whole step. And then I'm going to make the 5, my 5th finger, into a flat 5 by moving it down a half step. All right. So we're back to all white keys again, which is interesting because when we did the F sharp minor 7 flat 5, it became, kind of like more white keys in the right hand as well, even though it was supposed to be lots of black keys. So same thing here. All of our black keys sort of disappear as we move things down. So that's your B minor 7 flat 5. And then we have an E7 flat 9. All right, so E7, this one you should pretty much know. The flat 9 is coming from a 9. So kind of going back to 9 chords. The 9 is my second finger is going to take this E up a whole step to the F sharp. Right, so that note there is the 9, but we've got a 7 as well. And what we're wanting to do is flat the 9, just like we'd flat the 5 on the previous chord. So that note there is going to come down a half step to the F. Nice chord. Right? So we're going from B minor 7 flat 5 to E7 flat 9. See, I don't like it down there, so I would probably go up. Yep, and then good old A minor. And now we have a C7 sharp 5. So just like the flats, it's going to move it a half step, but this sharp takes a half step up on the 5th finger. Very nice chord. So again, you're going to want to just take those like 4 chords and practice them in a loop, right? B minor 7 flat 5, E7 flat 9, A minor, C7 sharp 5. Right? I'm playing octaves in the left hand, but if you're just doing one note at a time, C7 sharp 5, you don't really have to move around much with your left hand. Okay, and then the next set of chords is just sort of an ending. Have yourself a merry little Christmas now. We'll go over that chord in a minute here. So F sharp or F major 7. So your thumb is moving down a half step. C over E. D minor 7. We're going to change that bass note to a G. So it's a split chord, and then G7. Back to C6 9. So you could just play a C6. I think that's what I told you to do in the lesson. A C6 9 is done a little differently. So if you do a C chord, and just think C chord in your right hand, and in the left hand, you're going to play the C and the G. And what we're going to do is we're going to move this G up to the A. So that's actually your 6, all right? And then your right hand is just going to play the D and the G. So that's your 9, and the G is the 5th. And if you look at the notes, they're all kind of evenly spaced. We've got a 4th here and a 4th here. And that chord might look familiar. We've had that shape before. It's almost like something from Bishop Street Blues. So you can play that all with your right hand, or you can just take that note with your left hand and play 2 notes in the right hand. What I like to do is take these 3 notes and kind of copy them up. That's kind of a nice ending there. So you can go, have yourself a merry little Christmas now. All right, let's talk about one last thing. If you're looking at the left-hand part on that last line, you'll notice that the letters are descending. F, E, D, and then G before you go back down to C. All right, so it's... All right, so we want to get our hand in position probably 5 over 5 on C. And that way you don't have to move around. You know, your left hand can just stay in one place. One more time. F major 7, C over E, D minor 7. Change the bass note to G, and then G7. And if you just get that low C, your right hand can take those 3 notes. A, D, G, A, D, G, A, D, G. Nice little ending. So that's it. That completes the song once you get that, and then you put everything together. It's going to be great. So good luck.